Selflessness, loyalty, caring, or helpfulness are just some of the qualities that our society generally considers positive. After all, people who possess these qualities usually make an important contribution to the positive development of society as a whole. But among all the positive qualities, there is one that is possibly the most important of all: honesty. However, honesty is a trait that is not as easy to find as you might think. Studies have found that about 40% of adults lie at least once a day. Of course, these are often minor fibs or even white lies. Nevertheless, these also reflect a general dishonesty. This means that honest people are rare in today's society and therefore all the more valuable. But what makes an honest person? In today's video, we'll introduce you to 7 insightful characteristics of honest people. See if you count these among your strengths too. If you like our videos, support us with a thumbs up, subscribe, activate the little bell, and look forward to the videos we upload for you every day. Number 1, you don't care about popularity. Do you care what other people think about you, or do you pay little attention to what others think? The answer to this question can tell you a lot about your honesty. After all, if you depend on the opinion of others, it will be very difficult to give your honest opinion. But if you don't care about your popularity, and you don't care if others consider you attractive, interesting, or intelligent, you can be honest. Hypocritical flattery completely bounces off you. You know your own worth and don't want to waste your time trying to convince other people of your worth. You do good things not to gain acceptance or popularity, but because you truly believe in what you do. Anything else would go against your own convictions. Number 2, you have strong convictions. You stand by your opinion, values, and beliefs without fear of upsetting other people. Honest people defend what they believe, even if it puts them into a minority. They are not afraid to swim against the current. They do not simply readjust their minds to the different opinions of those around them. Above all, honest people do not lie to gain an advantage. Job application situations are a good indicator to determine whether a person is honest or not. There are usually 2 different types of people in job applications. One group fibs, portraying themselves in a better light, claiming, for example, that they are ideally suited for the job, even though this may not be true. The other group, on the other hand, will honestly admit weaknesses and clearly declare that they cannot meet certain job requirements. Number 3, you sometimes seem to be a bit rude. As an honest person, you are someone who is straightforward in giving your honest opinion. You are not afraid to speak the truth, even if it is uncomfortable or might hurt another person, because deep down, you are convinced that a truth that hurts is still better than a convenient lie. Of course, you might not make friends with this attitude. Many people don't want to face reality and may interpret your behavior as rude. They may even accuse you of not caring about other people's feelings. However, nothing could be further from the truth, because honest people have no evil intentions. They regard truth as the highest good to be defended. Thus, they reap both controversy and, from many sides, recognition. Number 4, you have developed a thick skin. How do you handle criticism from others? Are you someone who becomes defensive, or can you take criticism constructively? Honest people can take criticism seriously, but they often stand up for themselves and their opinions and receive a lack of understanding in return from their fellow human beings. Therefore, they have often acquired a very thick skin. Instead of feeling depressed, they react indifferently to rejections or accusations. Even insults cannot harm them. They draw their self-worth from themselves and not from the judgment of other people. Number 5, you speak in a calm, even voice. It's easy to tell if people are lying or being honest by their voices. Have you ever noticed someone constantly speaking in a higher pitch of voice during a conversation? This is a sign that the person is not telling the truth. This is because lying increases internal stress, which in turn changes the pitch of the voice. However, if you are honest and have nothing to hide, You will be able to speak in a constant, calm tone because you're not worried about the responses you'll get. You don't even care if someone accuses you. You have nothing to hide, so you can remain calm and speak in a calm, matter-of-fact tone. Number 6, you move naturally. It is not only through the voice that liars can be unmasked. Nonverbal signals can also tell you a lot about whether a person is speaking the truth or not. Surely you've met someone whose body language doesn't match what they say. This is usually when the person has something to hide or is even afraid. As with the voice, so it is with body posture. If you are honest and open, this will also show up in your movements. Your body, gestures, and facial expressions will appear authentic and natural to other people because you are completely relaxed. In contrast, people who tend to lie often appear somewhat stiff and unnatural in their movements. Number 7, you have strong connections. Do you find it easy to form close bonds and meaningful relationships with others? Trusting relationships are based in large part on honesty. This is also why honest people usually form close friendships relatively easily. After all, who wants to be surrounded by people who gossip behind your back? It is much better to have an honest person as a friend who is not afraid to confront you if there is a problem. Even if honest people are sometimes rough around the edges, you know where you stand with them and that you can rely on them. Today's conclusion: as we mentioned in the beginning, honest people are not the rule in our society today. If you recognize yourself in the just mentioned characteristics, then you can count yourself among the people for whom honesty is important. Bear these characteristics in mind when assessing other people. Thereby, you can easily distinguish the liars from honest people. That's it for today.
Thanks for watching. Did you find this information helpful? Do you have experience with it? We would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and let us know your thoughts. For more resources about mental health, self-improvement, and psychology, visit our website. You'll find the link in the video description where you can also connect with us on social media and sign up for our email list. Take care of yourself and have a beautiful day.